Leah and Jordan really killed it in here. They spooked this place up. Yeah, I'm scared.
For the people listening, we got skeletons, we got cobwebs, we got freaking bats up in here.
Freaking bats. Freaking love
Halloween.
bats.
We got tombstones.
Matt, look behind you. You didn't even look before reacting.
I did. I looked a little bit before.
That's not bad acting.
Do you guys have arachnophobia?
I do.
Spiders scare you?
Yeah, they do scare. Like when whenever they like there'd be a few like videos that someone will post like, guys, look up this spider. I like shake, my hands are shaking before I type it in Google because I know it's gonna be like some giant disgusting spider, and it like freaks me out.
They don't scare me. I just really dislike them.
Right. I'm scared about stepping on a spider or squishing spiders
And all the
because
little
if it's like pregnant,
and then they just
why when I see a spider, I can't even leave a spider. If I see one, I have to catch it like in the middle of the night.
Towel.
Oh, you do a paper towel. See, I'm worried even that will make it pop. I do the cup, piece of paper, and just transfer it outside.
Did we all watch that one video of the pregnant spider being is that why we all think about
yeah, there's that one video, tons of them, but yeah,
I like that video haunts me.
I actually got hit in the neck by a spider today. I opened my front door to grab a package, and all of a sudden I got hit right in the back of my. I was like, "What the?" And I went like this, and I threw the spider off me, and it was on like a big, like good size,
like a black window.
It was a black window,
a black window spider.
And I was just like creeped out, and you never know if they bit you or not. You kind of do that little panic.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of like feel for a bump.
Or you walk into a cobweb and you already know that like you feel it. You're in the dark and you're just like, oh god.
You like you know why? Because you trespassed a creature's home.
Yeah.
It's like just this nasty, disgusting feeling that you
Ooh, and a spider bite. That's not. I don't think I've ever been bit by a spider, but it's not good.
I think there's certain bites that we see where we don't realize they're spider bites, but they are.
I agree.
Because it's not a mosquito bite, but it's just that like
a
crazy
weirder bump.
Yeah, it's a weirder bump, which we've all gotten, or we all get sometimes, where it is a spider. I think we just get bit at night and we just don't know it.
I have had a fear though, because my uncle got bit by a brown recluse. And
Bro, those spiders are nuts.
Can those kill you, or is it just the bite is really bad?
Well, it's not that it's a bad bite. It's just what happens after the bite, because it's a flesh eating. So as soon as you get bit, your skin just starts eating itself, and it opens up and like makes like a giant wound. And it gets really bad and infected and inflamed.
That's insane.
So he had it, and it like overnight just started eating his own skin and like really spread bad. So ever since that, I kind of like.
You see,
that,
I can't do that.
That is the only one that I'm like weary.
Is there? You know how they always say like Australia has like the most venomous.
The huntsman.
All of it.
Huntsman.
But is there a state that has like the worst spiders?
I think it's Australia.
But U.S. states.
Oh, U.S. states.
Like
I don't know. I've seen some crazy spiders in like Middle America.
Oh, I've seen a tarantula in Texas, like
alive, like a.
Yes,
an IRL tarantula.
We were in Cub Scouts sitting on my friend John's driveway. I don't know, working with wood or something, and just a tarantula walks by the driveway.
And nobody just had it in a jar and like put it like that's crazy to me.
Maybe
that
if
there's
it
spiders out in the open like
maybe
that.
if it escaped some like kid's bedroom. Also, who the like? I really want to think that I'm a supportive parent, that I will cater to my kids' interests and encourage their curiosity. But the moment my kid's like, I want a spider, no.
Even a snake, no. I'm sorry,
no.
like because there's snakes that get out all the time and then they end up in an event and then they're gone and you can never find them again.
It seems like it happens to every single one. Like you have a snake until it escapes.
Yeah,
that happened to my friend in college. I think I've said that story.
Yeah, you did that whole
But
story.
also, I don't like the whole live feeding thing. I can't do it. I can't go hold
like
a rat by its
cute little
tail.
mouse. Yeah,
I can't do it.
I can't do it either. It's too much.
Oh, I know. And that you go to like Petco or whatever, and you see all those cute little mice. All of that is just food.
And then like the people will like feed it and watch it and be like, look at this.
You're sick.
Yeah,
something is wrong.
And you know, there's people out there. I bet that like buy all those mice just to set them free. They're just like, I can't just like let them go. But they end up in everyone's homes. They just let it on like the side of the road.
I think rats are kind of cute.
No, there's a difference between mice and rats.
But like
rats
are fat, domesticated rats, not New York City rats.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes a little kind of cute.
I think
it all depends. Look at that. Like, look at that mouse. So cute. How can you let a thing like that die in like a disgusting snake's mouth? You know what I mean?
I know.
What was that movie, Mouse Hunt?
Yeah,
that was really good positive PR for rats.
Yeah, shout out to the
Stuart
rat.
Little too.
Stuart Little,
great
they
PR
did it.
move.
Mouse Hunt was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I loved it.
Oh yeah, with Nathan Lane and
So good. But yeah,
It was the funniest movie of the year.
I think it was good for what they did to the rat community.
should we hop into it?
Yes. Love.
I thought you were about to lay down. I was like, okay, happy Halloween. Let's go.
All right, guys, get ready for a spooky episode. It's comic time, baby. Ow! Just keep going. Just the whole episode. Ow! Welcome back to Zane and Heath Unfiltered. I'm Zane.
I'm Heath.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mariah.
And we are juiced up on Accelerator, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Baby, you see what I have in my hand?
You talking about that cherry ice pop that's blowing up on Amazon, especially all them other flavors too?
Yup, that's the one. And guys, by the way, you guys need to hear this. They did a crazy study on these Accelerator cans, and they found out that every can that you drink, you burn 165 calories. This is dead ass. Like, this is real statistics. You can look this up. You burn, or the average person burns 165 calories every time they drink one can of Accelerator. That's probably why I got down to where I got to after the transformation. I don't think it had anything to do with my workouts or my eating. I think it was one of these cans a day.
That's right, baby. And did you also know that it's proven to enhance your focus? Shouts out to all my babies with ADHD, especially Zane.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. But for real, guys, this energy drink is hands down the best, and it gives you just the right amount of energy you need to get through your day, baby.
That's right. So go get your go-go juice at Amazon.com today, baby.
Exactly. Make sure to get yourself a box of Accelerator. The link will be in our description box below. Thank you, Accelerator, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you so much, and thank you for coming back.
Cheers to that, baby. How y'all doing?
I'm doing incredible after I got that in me, baby.
Good.
Feeling
Yeah.
energized. I'm feeling refreshed.
I needed this.
That was over earlier today. He was
I had to shoot a brand deal
doing
outside.
a whole video.
I feel like I'm an outfit repeater. I feel like I wore this just a few episodes ago, but
It's okay.
No one knows.
I wear the
Hey,
same
no one's gonna even
Carhartt
get
shirt
it.
every single day.
I just haven't got out all my fun little seasonal sweaters. You know, I got
you're-
my pumpkin sweater.
You're usually on top of that, too. Usually October 1st, you are decked
Also,
out in
we're still
Halloween
in a heat
sweaters.
wave. We've been in a heat wave for like 5 months. It will not cool down here.
Dude,
I'm not
I'm
not
feeling
ready for
this
sweaters.
heat wave is going to go through Christmas, too.
So
I
bad.
have a feeling.
Such a bummer. I know. I just wanted to just get crispy. We had a layover last weekend in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Kansas City. The fall was there. I was loving it.
You should remember when like LA always had perfect weather? It's starting to
I know.
become like just hot all the time where it's
Yeah,
it's
I know.
losing its like top best weather.
We were just in PA and the weather was amazing. The
Ooh.
trees were changing. It was cool. Oh,
Yeah, I love like there's professional leaf peepers out there. Like when you go leaf peeping or
Leaf
there's
peeping.
there's bird hunters or bird
watchers?
bird watchers, not bird hunters. Jesus, bird watchers, anything but that.
Opposite.
But they just go to certain places at the
To look at the
right
leaves?
time, peak foliage to go peep at the leaves. That's I just.
what's your
think that's
favorite leaf?
my favorite leaf? Ooh, that's a really good one. Maybe the maple leaf.
Mine's
I
a
can't-
4-leaf clover.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I can think of.
a 4-leaf clover is just a clover that has.
It's a
Oh,
leaf.
a mutation.
It's a leaf. It's a leaf.
I guess I think we're talking about tree leaves, but are clovers changing?
Matt, you're a walnut.
What are those leaves though that had like the little seed in it, and you throw them and they kind of like
The
spiral
little
down?
propeller?
Yeah.
Would you stick it on your nose?
No, but that I wish I did.
Yeah.
And you spin it?
Oh, you could do that. Spin it on your nose.
Speaking of leaves, I
want to leave.
no. When we were at Coachella, someone put like it was a small little tiny leaf just like that, like attached to a clip, and they put it on my hat, and they're like, "You've been something." I forget what it was, but it's a thing where you just clip a leaf. Sprouted. It's like
You
you've
got
been
sprouted.
sprouted. I was like, "What the hell is that?" And then and it was just on my hat. I was walking around, and everyone just kept saying, "You got sprouted today." I was like,
Is this this
thing?
a rave concert thing, or is this a thing
It's
you
like-
do?
You know
like-
what? I'm thinking it's a rave thing because I feel like people
It's
freak
along
out
the
over
lines
rave.
of plur.
Oh, plur, peace, love, unity,
Yeah.
rave.
Respect.
Yeah, respect.
It reminded like that little thing. It was so cute. It reminded me of that one, the scene in E.T. Was it E.T. with all the big people in the chairs and they're moving around? They all got big. Remember that E.T. No. No, not E.T.
Wait, is that in E.T.?
No, wait. Movie, the robot, the little robot is like square.
Wall-E?
Wall-E.
So close. Wall-E
I
and
completely
E.T.
understand the confusion. I get that. Yeah.
Wall-E.
Yeah. Oh,
Remember they planted they had their like first plant and they were like trying to protect it because that was like
Yeah.
the first sign of life.
yes.
It reminded me of that. Sorry,
Okay.
that was like
Okay.
such a crazy route that I went. Yeah.
While we're on robots, I gotta go there. Obviously, you guys saw all the Tesla stuff.
Yes. So it was basically his new launch for his new
Elon Musk.
The Cybercab.
Cybercab. Is that what it's called? The Cybercab. Okay.
Is that like real?
Apparently, they're coming out. They're going to be like super cheap. There's no like you don't drive it yourself. You literally just ride in it.
I feel like it's gonna be like a Waymo situation where you're gonna barely see it. They're gonna probably have 3 in the entire city, right?
I'm just
I don't see
it's
being a
up
popular
to
thing.
somebody buying it, right?
And
So
it's
you're
$30,000 is what he's saying they're going to aim for that price point to
That's
sell.
cheap as hell for.
But the thing is, to incentivize more of them on the road, you let it go pick up other people, right? So you would call an Uber type thing,
yeah.
and then that would just be your mode of transportation. So you would make money on your car going out and giving people rides.
Got it.
They're
So
kidding.
it's a form of Waymo, pretty much. It's
It's
self-driving.
self-driving, completely autonomous.
Yeah.
But you could also like take it wherever you want or whatever.
So it's a party bus.
Well, they also have the bigger version that is like an 18-person bus.
That's sick.
Cameras inside.
I would imagine there has to
And
be.
now, if somebody takes your car out, do you get the right to privacy to spy on them in your car?
Interesting.
Your friends take your own car out; they're just talking shit about you the entire time.
That's
Like, you
interesting.
get-
That's an interesting.
Where's your sense of? Well, I bet you probably couldn't be able to watch them. Same way if you book an Airbnb.
Well, no, wait,
you
you
can't
wouldn't-
spy on your people renting out your house.
Right, but I'm sure it'd be recorded for like safety
No,
purposes.
Heath. I thought the city would buy this, not like
No, it's people buy them.
people buy them, and then you could rent it. You
Yes.
put it
yeah,
out.
and you make money off of it going to pick people up.
That the liability. That's such a huge liability. I think.
I do think it's a kind of a genius idea, understanding how many cars do not get used and how many cars there are, and
Right.
why not give people an opportunity to make money
Yeah.
with the cars that sit
just
stationary.
imagine all the TikToks. What I do to make $50,000 a month. This is my fleet of Tesla Cybercabs. I've got 50 of them that I send out, and they
Oh,
bankroll
boy.
me. Like
There has to be
it's-
a limit. Isn't
you
there?
know, people are just
But
going to
you're
go out and buy
you're
10
also
of
just
them.
taking so many jobs from like taxi drivers
I
in this
know.
case too. Like, so
that's a
just
good-
some like rich person is gonna buy just a bunch of Teslas, let him go out, and
no,
then
people
just
are going to
take-
have businesses where they own like 50 of them, and it just goes and makes money.
and it's gonna be all like loaded people that have like a ton of
100%.
money to buy all these cars.
was thinking this the other day. Can you have sex in a Waymo?
Oh my!
There ain't no
well, I'm
driver.
sure. There's a camera in there.
Okay, so but they're
Yeah.
watching you and
Think
like
about it.
if
Yeah,
you
of course you're not gonna be able to do anything like crazy in the car.
okay. So someone is watching you.
I'm sure there is. If it's owned by a business, it's just like any business owned building.
Once again,
Yeah.
I would never have sex in a Waymo.
We know, Matt.
no. But
It's the new Mile High Club.
But yeah, what if people are just riding around in little like screw pods and they're just like going around?
I could see shit going down on the party bus once.
It's not the Mile High Club. It's like the 70 miles an hour club.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my God! Imagine the parties you could throw in there.
I will say I do like how it looks retro futuristic.
me too. It looks like how
Industrial
people in the
Revolution.
70s thought the future was going to be. It's very
Yeah.
Jetsons. It's very also it's kind of Blade Runner looking. It's it has
And
this,
it looks like something where you're not gonna want to take out all the time, right? Like if you're all like having a big dinner or like a fun night, you're like, you know what? Let's call the Tesla
the Robo
taxi.
van.
Yeah.
Or he calls it the Robovan.
Yeah.
It's like
what?
Robovan.
Robovan, but he pronounces it
Robovan.
Robovan because it's just like
one
a
word.
yeah.
Because he's quirky.
He's quirky, has a sense of humor about it, but it looks so low to the ground where I'm like, let me see that go over a speed
Yeah,
bump.
where's,
Yeah, right?
what's the clearance?
That in LA, imagine trying to get up the hill with that. There's no way.
It like looks almost like a train too. I like it.
They're not gonna have it here though. They're gonna have it in like populated cities like New York, right? I don't think they'll have it. In
We
LA.
need it out here.
Yeah, our public
you think-
transportation.
I think we need bigger just people movers to get around because we don't
Yeah.
have rapid transit. Well, they're working on it, but it's I think Just to be able to, because we're always like, are we getting an Uber XL? Oh no, it's one of the Uber XLs where there's
They only
like,
have five seats.
The five seats in the back and stuff.
Yeah.
It's such like an awkward like experience.
And
but
we're gonna save money too. Like big groups that have to like split up Ubers.
Yeah.
it'll probably be cheaper.
can you get like a smoking or non-smoking one? Just ashtrays in it, like.
I mean, they're probably gonna be. Wait, the thing is, if it's driverless, if someone's like bringing in a drink, most Ubers, I think they don't care really if you bring a drink in the car, but there has to be some sort of system in there where if it like catches.
Oh, we got into an Uber XL recently, and it was one of those, like the Escalade where it has the mini fridge in the glove box, like that armrest. He opens it up. He's like, "You guys want any beers, any sodas?" And he just had beers all in that little thing, and he was like, "Yeah, just take one." And we were like,
He working for those.
Oh yeah, that's rare. You rarely see
like
that.
he was about it.
I think it's like it all comes down to the driver what they're comfortable with. Because one time I was getting into an Uber and I cracked my beer. I'm like, "Hey man," he goes, "Sorry buddy, did you just crack a beer?" And I'm like, "I did." He goes, "You gotta,
Matt, you gotta hide that. You can't like be in plain sight opening that. You gotta be like,
I was intoxicated, Zane. I was intoxicated.
Even when I'm vaping in an Uber, even if I can like I see that they're vaping, or like sometimes I'll see their vape in the cup holder and that'll make me feel better. But I still like I don't want to just make it seem like I'm
Up
like
into the roof,
just because I know always they're rating my Uber, so I'm just like always thinking about that. I still always think about that. I'm like really strict with that.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, BetterHelp.
Boo! October's the season of wearing masks and costumes, but some of us feel like we wear a mask and hide more often than we want to at work and social settings around our family. It's tough.
Therapy can help you learn to accept all parts of yourself so you can take the mask off, because masks should be for Halloween fun and not our emotions.
So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
And it's super simple. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you could switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
How convenient. And what's more convenient is that you could do it from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to sit in a waiting room, some office downtown, all the way 30 minutes. Nobody wants to sit in traffic just to go talk to their therapist. You could do it from the comfort of your own bed, your own couch. It's really nice. And it's nice to talk to somebody that is an actual professional at this. You're not talking to a best friend, Gam Heath, because God knows he can give you
I'm going to tell
not
you
the
what
best
you want to
advice.
hear. I'm not going to tell you what you need to hear.
You see, and that's a good friend, but you want to go to a professional to get some good help, baby.
Exactly. So if you're ready to take the mask off with BetterHelp, all you have to do is visit betterhelp.com/Zane and Heath today, and you're going to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Zane and Heath.
Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. We love you.
And another wild part of the whole like Tesla thing is that he unveiled the robots.
Yes.
Let's not.
Let's not.
They
Let's
look a little
take it
dinky, but they looked kind of smooth. They still look like you could be like, like just knock it on the ground.
I wonder what's going to be the first instance where it's going to scare somebody. Like
Self-defense.
What do you mean self-defense?
I mean, if it has just like combative mode to where it can like,
Oh, if you hit it and it hits you back?
yeah, or it like just blocks your shot. Like none of that. You can't like destroy me. Like I understand, like you can't
Crazy.
knock it down. Like it needs to be able to like stabilize. Like you can't just go up and like kick it.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you can't just like go up and smack it. Like where does it draw the line on like, sorry, do not hurt me?
Exactly. Like I wonder what in their system they put in when they get hit. Like what in the system
reaction.
do they do to like react to that? Like do you ever react where it? Because the way these robots will probably work is that it takes in all the information and then it does whatever is best, right? It's almost like AI. It does whatever it thinks it needs to do.
Yeah.
But I would imagine it probably wouldn't have like some sort of reaction like that, because if you bought it, it's in your house, you would never want to break it.
Correct.
So it would probably just take whatever you're doing to it.
Right. Yeah, these are more domesticated bots that you safely
Right.
but respect.
Like, my thing is, I'm so curious to when this is going to become normal, right? To where it is at the point where, half the population has one in their home. Like, do you think we're like 5 years or like 50 years?
I'm sure they're going to be super expensive. How much would these robots?
He said, they would be affordable, and people can have them in their home.
And that's where it's.
What would you? Okay.
I would say no, but I think he said something along the $20,000 mark. like to have.
For one
But here's the
robot?
thing: I wouldn't mind these being in a home full of elderly people who cannot go down and get the box of the thing that they want. Helping out
that makes
somebody who
sense.
is physically disabled in their home, absolutely. Give them that to make their life easier. For me in my own household, like a full functioning adult, I can move around my body. I really don't need it. I also think it looks hideous. Like,
But Matt,
Like,
you know what?
people are gonna be putting clothes on it. They're gonna be dressing it up.
Just like putting wigs on it.
100%.
another drink, boys. Here we
But
are.
Matt, you might not think you want it until you
go to
see
a
it
friend's
do
house.
something. It does
Yeah, yeah.
something really helpful. One
Okay.
time you're like, wait a
So
second.
what is the one thing in your house that you find annoying that you have to do where you would want your robot to go do
Fix
for
the
you?
AC. If that thing can fix my AC,
It knows
anytime-
like
worth
HVAC
it.
and
100%
it's your
worth
own
it.
like personal mechanic. It'll work on your car.
yeah.
I just wish they made him kind of cuter looking, like very adorable. Like, you know that show on Apple TV called Sunny or whatever with like Rashida Jones that came out, like an adorable. Make it look a little bit more human and silly.
I think
Don't make it look like it looks like it's ready for combat.
Like what's the cute little thing that delivers food that you like so much?
Oh, the Postmate robot.
Yeah,
little
like
cart.
those things look really cute because I think just the shape of it. Because this is so human like. Are you saying instead of that it's more like a cute little?
Yeah, just a little like sillier looking. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm thinking out loud, but
maybe like if it looked too silly, then people won't take it seriously, right?
Yes, it looks like just like a stormtrooper. It looks like they're going into fucking
Yeah,
battle.
they are pretty crazy looking. Did you see that the person that did iRobot wants to sue for stealing the designs? Saying that he copied it. And I was like, that's kind of crazy. But then also when you look at the name of his event was called We Robot, you're kind of...
You got a case.
Yeah,
But
like if he didn't name it We Robot...
Yeah, I think he would have been fine because it just looks like any futuristic vehicle that's in any movie, in any show.
Right, like you can't like sue somebody or whatever for it. Everybody has the same idea of like what a humanoid robot or futuristic car would look like. But I think the We Robot name with it looking so similar, you're kind of...
We Robot? What are we talking about? You're putting me into the equation? Like us?
No, baby, You Robot.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know. Just call it like a home bot.
But you know, if it wasn't for the movie, he would have called it iRobot.
No,
100%.
because
Yeah.
iPod, they wouldn't have done that because Apple is more
Oh,
iMovie, iPad.
oh, wait, is that why the movie called it iRobot? Because of like
so.
iPhone? I didn't even think about that.
That all started doing like the I break you fix. Like it's all like I something.
Yeah. But did you see any of the robots talking with the people?
Yes. Okay. So I wanted to bring this up too.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it was real, but then I found out that it was people controlled for this event. So
Yeah.
it wasn't actually the robot being autonomous.
There's people
There
like
was-
with
But
people
Tesla has not confirmed,
confirmed
that
that?
they were real people. But when you're watching the videos and the way they're talking, you're like, this is some guy
trying to be as robotic sounding as possible.
Yeah, just on FaceTime interacting
awesome.
with these people and clicking pour drink, do this. And some people were having the conspiracy that when like even the robo car was like driving off, that's just somebody driving the car virtually.
I could see that too. Because it's also like really embarrassing if these robots are fucking up on camera. Like imagine the event and just the robots are like not
And Tesla's shares,
obeying command.
Tesla's shares like tanked after it because people were
really?
like,
Oh, really?
Interesting.
as cool as it was, people weren't like fully convinced that like they're going to be fully there yet. It's the same thing also with the Cybertruck. Cybertruck, when they revealed it, we thought it was going to be coming next year.
Yeah.
It took years.
It was a long time.
They need good PR. They need one situation where one of these robots saves somebody's life in some way.
Right.
Then everyone's
yeah.
like,
It's doing CPR on like a
Dude,
child.
something.
It
They
does
need
full
something.
surgery. It comes and just removes your appendix, like right there on the spot. You're like,
you're on your kitchen table and it's just
back up.
or you
back
get
up.
a what's it called? What did you get?
Like
the
appendicitis or-
Appendicitis.
It just saves someone's life right there on the spot, but does like because
Saves-
how much delay time happens from the moment you are in a need of an emergency, getting
Yeah.
to the hospital, getting seen, all of that. Ooh,
Or are they waterproof?
I don't know.
Imagine a drowning kid,
it jumps in the pool.
a drowning dog. Yeah, jumps
It
in the pool.
short
saves him.
circuits and
Yeah.
And shocks the child.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like, can you trust it enough to watch your kid for a couple hours?
Ooh, that would be a good babysitting.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that makes me sick. Well, I mean,
But it talks like Dada.
What would be like a price point where it's low enough to where you'd be like, all right, screw it, I'll get it. Like 20,000 is like
not in the house, not where I'm not in the living situation Patricia and I have. That would just take up too much space, and I don't want.
It's like having another roommate.
Yeah,
like
I would need to be like, go to your room. Like,
I would
go on the charger.
I would much rather buy a car.
No,
than
right, but
buy
I'm
a
saying,
robot,
but like
for sure.
if they've been around for like 5-10 years, and it's at the point like TVs, you can get a insane flat screen TV for like $300 now, but they used to be like 5,000.
And everyone has a great experience with everyone has a good
everybody's
experience.
raving about it. They're like they're down to like $400.
What's like the coolest thing this robot can do?
Everything.
Right? Like,
it'll do your dishes, your laundry.
oh, it's all worth it. Oh, of course it's worth it.
oh God, can you
Of
imagine
course
like
it's
your
worth
baby's crying and you're like, oh, I don't want to get up with the robot, and that thing just comes in
And it just, like, rocks it.
The child, that kid's just like, "Ah!" Like, that's why make him cuter. Like, I don't know, something where a kid would actually make it cuddly, like
With like bubbly, like animated eyes or something to.
It's so funny because now everyone's so interested in them because they are so new and they look like they're like the life of the party. But imagine you're having a party and like the robot just wants to be like, oh, I have a thought. You're like, shut up. This is not a you conversation. We're talking right now.
And then it goes.
They just look like, oh well, I have something to say. Like
He's like always correcting you. He's like fact checking you on the spot.
Just like, actually, that's not correct. Get the fuck. Just go back to go inside.
Tell us a joke.
Yeah. That's like not even a good joke. Or like, oh God, sorry.
And do you think it only turn like? Do you think these will only turn on almost like an Alexa command? Or
I think so.
Yeah, right.
I feel like it would.
It doesn't do anything until you say like the code word.
Well, it's crazy because the amount of scanning it would have to do of your home to be able to function is insane.
Yeah.
It will be full camera in your home, just every square like centimeter.
I just watched a movie just came out with Megan Fox where she's a robot and the dad's wife is in like surgery and she's in the hospital for a long time. So he's.
Are you spoiling this?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not spoiling it. But no, it's a movie
It's
just
a
like
new
this
movie?
where she, Megan Fox is a robot, like, but
Okay.
it's just her, character, and she like has to scan the whole room before. So as soon as you said that, I'm like, it's.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I just can't believe we're at this point in time.
Yes.
Like it just feels very bizarre.
I know, and it doesn't even. But I'm just like, I'm not fully like. I think it's a very cool looking invention, but I need to see it. Yeah, practically actually solving a problem. It seems more just like something for show. Like,
seems
look,
gimmicky.
we can make this thing walk around and it can talk and answer you. But I'm still like, cool. My Alexa can do that in my own home and can tell me actually more information. Like, I don't know. I'm just solve something.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, Brooks.
Comfort, design, elevation. But what we got in our hand right now is the new Glycerin Maxes, baby, from Brooks Running.
That's right. You're going to elevate your running journey as you land with maximum softness and spring forward with ultimate ease.
Introducing DNA Tune, the next generation of nitrogen-infused foaming created with a Tune dual cell technique. The heel features large cells for plush landings, while the forefoot features small cells for responsive toe-offs. Their cutting-edge foam reduces added layers and processes for a seamlessly tuned experience.
Their expertly crafted glide roll rocker features dramatically sculpted bevel and toe spring geometries for an optimal and effortless heel to toe transition.
Heath and I have been running with these shoes for the past couple of months, and my God, it feels like you can run forever. The plushness, and I love the height it gives you too. Because me and my baby, we're short kings.
Confidence boost. It feels so good, and especially for somebody like me, I don't really like running, but it gives me the confidence to be able to keep running. I hated the banging of my knees, but these things are so soft and they give you that spring and bounce back. It takes the pain out of running, and I feel like I can go forever.
And with that, because of your knee and it helps your knee so much, it optimizes airy softness and electrifying responses at every point of every step.
So if you want maximum comfort in the gym, outside, while you're running, all you have to do is head over to brooksrunning.com to learn more.
Exactly. Get the Glycerin Maxes right now. They are available for you if you go to brooksrunning.com.
Thank you so much, Brooks, for sponsoring this podcast. Our feet love you.
I'm looking at the hands too, like the fingers. How good of a grip does can
Right,
this,
like if
does
it's
this have?
picking up glass, like how does it know the strength and pressure to use?
Like,
Like,
that's
to
fine,
break something?
China, that's fine, China. like, oh my
Or
gosh.
can it deliver a baby?
Oh.
Does it have like the softness to be able to?
Without
Yeah.
We do not need robots delivery.
Imagine the first thing a baby sees is a robot head. That'd be wild.
I don't know. The future's scary. It's crazy.
It's yeah.
Again, I like good PR. That's all it needs. It needs to do something, or they're probably set it up. I
Yeah.
can see them setting it up in some way.
Fake something and like
Yeah, but make it good though. Hire me and Mariah. We'd come up with a great campaign for this for how to make these robots look good.
It's just crazy how accurate iRobot movie was.
Yes.
Imagine how Brian'd be so pissed that it's like
Like that's what
copying
it's
Brian's
about.
dance
It's like
moves.
it's like the robots were like doing good things. It was like helping the old lady because her purse like was stolen, and it's like chasing down to get the purse back. And
Was the plot just one got like full consciousness
Yeah.
and
Yes.
was like, let's rebel?
Has feelings.
Yeah.
Has
I have dreams.
Uh,
Sunny. That was.
remember the tear that came out? I was like, okay.
I don't. Did it?
Like,
Did it cry?
oh, I don't know. Maybe I made that up. I could
Yeah, you
swear
remember- you
there
remember when
was
it
a
was
tear
crying?
that came out.
No, I think it did.
It did,
Because I
right?
remember being like, ooh, I got emotional.
It made me like cry.
I think that's a Mandela.
Yeah. iRobot tear.
they had very watery looking eyes. Like they were very
maybe they
liquid
did.
looking.
No, the big thing
Very end.
of the movie was the wink. You might be confusing the wink.
That really changed like history.
That movie
That was a
was
historical-
crazy.
Have you ever seen
Zane.
Ex Machina?
No, but I know about the movie. I want to watch it.
That will be your favorite robot movie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I just don't know what kind of voice I would want to hear the robot have. Like, because you get to like pick it. It would just be something, I guess, kind of neutral. But
I would want mine to be like, "Hey, sweetheart."
like a little.
No, Zane, you be falling in love in a week.
Zane, are you in bed with your robot? No.
God, stop!
I'm not.
Zane's just like watching TikToks with the robot
Showing
in bed.
Show it. Yo, look at this. Look at this.
But the robot would really know. I feel like what's funny and what's not. He's like, I got something better for you.
Imagine that.
He registers all your things that you find funny.
He knows the algorithm. He would know
Yeah.
what you would like.
Or if like it's something even darker, like what if a robot's just sitting there, right, always scanning the room and like scans a moment where like two guys are like fake wrestling or they're fighting in the living room, and he
and they
takes that information in.
And thinks, no, we're playing, Zane.
We're
And he's
playing.
choking you out. This is what you do with your friend.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No,
I
Was
know.
this in LA? Did any?
Yeah, it was at Universal Backlot.
Did David get to go?
I don't know. I don't.
Wait, I just was surprised. I think actually Sam Shepard was there, but I don't know if like anyone else we knew.
There was only
got to
one
go.
like car YouTuber I knew that went to it,
Okay.
but that was the only person I saw posting at the event.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell it's going to get much better than that. Like, it looks like year one right now. Just the way it's moving. It's going to, like, in 10 years, it's going to be like just
I know.
Smooth.
Yeah, just smooth. My back. I shouldn't have done that.
It would massage your back right now.
Oh, you Heath.
Oh, for chiropractic.
Oh, and the pressure with all that metal.
A little higher, a little higher.
Just keeps going. You're like, ow.
Get off. The thing is, all electronics have like some sort of fault, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like there will 100% be
a death.
something that goes wrong where it hurts somebody. I don't know. It's so weird to think about. I hate it. And look at it. It's doing it's folding clothes.
Oh,
That's not fast enough for me.
You'd be like, come on.
Step it up. Oh my gosh.
Heath buys one. Brian's is jealous all the time. Yeah, it doesn't fold fast as me. No, she doesn't.
Just, I know. I'd be like, hurry.
But it looks too good though.
It does.
The bartender, that's a little too slow. Yeah. It's just like,
Yeah.
you're waiting in line. You're like, oh, like, how's the line at the bar? Oh my God, it's robots tonight. Like,
Let's just go to another bar.
cash, card. Have a good night. Like, you got to be kidding me.
You know what? I'm down for them to replace people at DMV. Replace them, all of them.
Get 'em out.
Yeah.
Get them out.
People at the DMV are always just like, you didn't do this. Like, why didn't you bring this? Or
And the robot, I think robot would just be nicer about it too.
yeah, like it's okay.
Please stand right here.
Go.
I think we're just already getting so lazy. There's already so many things that we don't have to do.
Mm.
And now to have somebody doing it for you is so like
just organizing would be so nice. Like cleaning and organizing. Like just go organize my entire garage for me. Like get all of that, like stuff like that. Where I would just like a clean bot to help.
But
like,
I feel like a robot would take so long to organize something.
I know, but like,
and they don't know
everything?
what you want it organized to. I feel like it would never be able to do stuff like that.
yeah,
it's like
maybe
just it's too
for
intricate.
right now. But who knows? I don't know. I still think we're a long way away for the robot.
I think like 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
where-
good amount. That's a good amount
To
of time
where
for them
it's
to
like
figure
the
it
like
out.
the like at a really good point.
Yeah, we'll be old as fuck, and we'd be way past like understanding these robots or what it can do. There's gonna be all these jokes about robots and shit, and we're just gonna go right over our heads. It's gonna be so sad. We're not gonna understand anything. We're already not understanding skibbity boop bop and all this shit. Like imagine 30 years with these new robots.
The robots have their own like
Own little memes,
inside jokes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Zane, you should be a robot for Halloween.
I would love to. I can move like a robot. I can move it in any way I want, so I can be a robot.
Do you have your costume picked out right now, or do you even want to reveal it yet?
No, I can reveal it now. I don't care. It's I always to me an easy costumes when I don't have to worry about my clothes. If I could do something on my face that
and nothing else,
because finding clothes is like tough, right? Unless you get something from like Spirit, but like I like to be like
have a little bit of fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be a goat.
What?
A goat?
Yeah,
like
a
a
goat.
Billy goat? Like
Yeah. I don't know yet. I'm putting it together. It's
Are
like
you gonna get the contacts with like horizontal?
No.
eyes?
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
gonna go
have to
that
have the rectangle eyes.
I tried doing. Remember the red contacts last year? It was too much. I could not like walk around with those contacts in my eyes. Remember when I was
Is it
at
because
like
they're
animated?
bigger than a normal contact?
The thing is, I don't wear contacts, so I'm not used to having anything in my eye. I think that's really it.
Like normal colored contacts, I feel like aren't bad. It's when you do like the blackout ones where it's like a huge contact that you put on. I would feel so uncomfortable.
Even
with
when
that.
I'm talking to friends who wear like crazy colored contacts, I feel like I don't know them anymore. Like it's just this like
like people with brown eyes that want blue eyes.
Or sometimes like if it's a friend who's always switching up contacts, my brain is like I feel like I'm not talking to you normally.
This color separates from their like the white too much. It just like looks too fake.
Oh, when you were like the Ice King or whatever.
No, yeah.
Oh, that scared the shit. I feel like I did not know you.
Yeah, no, it's scary.
I'm so curious what you're like. It's going to be full goat prosthetics.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna look as good as like what Jason would do because his shirt is all out, but it's just like goat. I don't know. Just a mythical creature.
Zane was trying to think of the one costume that he could do where he doesn't have to shave his beard. And he's
Yes,
like,
that's
Billy
what
goats have beards.
Heath. That's what I was doing. I was trying
Actually?
Yeah, I was like, what can I do from here up where I don't have to shave my beard?
That's funny.
You could be
And I was a goat.
You could be Mr. Tumnus from Chronicles of Narnia.
That's so fun. Alicia was just saying the same thing. She's like, just be Mr. Tums. But I don't want to like that.
Mr. Tums.
Whatever. But he's wearing like he has like legs, like
He's a
goat legs.
What do they call them? Half man, half goat.
Centaur.
A centaur.
So I was trying to find a centaur
That's a horse.
bottom.
Half man, half horse.
oh,
Half horse. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to find a centaur pant, but they all looked really bad. So I'm just gonna do a goat, and I might go a little further and just wear a Tom Brady jersey
Because he's the goat. He is the goat. Or what about like a LeBron?
Really original, right?
But what about like a LeBron one? Because you're just not from New Jersey or New England.
That doesn't matter.
Oh.
Tampa Bay.
He's the thing is that
It's still
he's-
Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, he did play. So you would wear
Tampa Bay.
a Brady jersey.
Brady would be good.
But was he the GOAT when he was in Tampa Bay, or was he the GOAT when he was
still
in?
the GOAT.
I understand that.
He's
but
GOAT
like,
as a player.
But like the year that he was considered the GOAT, that's when he was in the Patriots, right?
I think he made his biggest stride of his career as the Patriots quarterback. But just because you're not from Tampa, you're from Florida.
I'm just trying to find a little bit of.
I think you should just go full GOAT and not do the Tom Brady thing.
Really?
And just be like, I'm a GOAT, bitch.
But it doesn't have to be connected. Oh yeah, that's fine. But the Brady costume doesn't have to be connected.
You should be
to me.
Brat Goat. Just Brat Goat.
Brat Goat,
At
everything
the
is
farm, I'll be
green.
bumping that.
the amount of like
Brat Goat. Like, it's so...
It just like doesn't make sense.
It
Just
doesn't
do
make
it.
sense. Like brat goat.
You know, there's gonna be so many costumes where it's gonna be that color with whatever that they're doing. Like brat cat, brat mouse, brat, like just anything, brat, just that color with any animal.
You give goat.
It's
You do.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, Rocket Money.
Listen up, everyone. Managing finances can feel complicated and time-consuming, right? But it doesn't have to be. Rocket Money simplifies everything, making it so easy to see exactly what's happening with your finances, track your spending, and give you full control of all of it right from your phone.
My favorite thing about Rocket Money is the fact that you can see all your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. And if there's any subscriptions that you don't want anymore, Rocket Money will help you cancel them all with just a few taps.
Exactly. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of all your expenses across all of your accounts. Easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going.
And you'll also get alerts if bills increase in price, if there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over budget.
Yes, the new goals feature automatically saves money for you without you having to think about it. Whether your goal is to pay off credit card debt, put away money for a house, or just build your savings, Rocket Money makes it super easy.
And Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you, sometimes by up to 20%. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save them. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll even deal with the customer service.
Guys, and just to be clear, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
And Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features.
So stop wasting your money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
That's rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
One more time so you don't forget, rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
Thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring this podcast and saving all of us money.
What are you going to be?
Well, I don't know, because on Halloween Day, I have a wedding, another fucking wedding in
On
Austin.
Halloween Day?
No, because Halloween is on Thursday,
Dude,
and
it's
then the
scary
wedding is in Austin on that Saturday. So I'm just going to go to Dallas and do Halloween with my hometown friends and their kids, because they have like little ones. And we're just
Okay.
going to go like socialize, do the whole trick-or-treating stuff. But I was like, are y'all doing a costume like with your kids? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
They're not
going to
have fun with their kids?
I don't know. That's on them. That's on them. I kind of wanted to be.
I guess parents don't really dress up. Now that I know,
No,
when
they
kids
should. They should.
but like you normally don't see it.
But when I'm a dad,
they should.
we're doing a whole.
Yeah,
gonna be
I
a
think
group.
you should. I think that's
Even though
how
my
you should do it.
parents never did that. Or my parents, if they did a costume that's for like one of their friends' parties, and they
Weird.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen my parents in a Halloween costume.
really.
No, remember when I was at your house and we went to a Halloween party? It was your parents' friends. It was like a neighbor's house.
They didn't dress up.
They didn't dress up?
No. You're talking about when we went to my next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they weren't dressed up.
That's crazy that it's just that thought went in my head.
My parents did Pulp Fiction a lot.
Okay.
Or like my mom would have like the syringe, like she was Uma Thurman, and my dad was like John Travolta. Like
That's just a costume they would do every.
yeah, I think they've
It's
done
easy.
it a
It's a
few
good
times.
It is easy, and they
My
could
mom-
save it.
My mom was a Frappuccino one time, and my dad was like a Starbucks like employee.
That's kinky.
Yeah.
Does anybody ever dress up as another like holiday? Like, would anybody dress up as Santa for Halloween?
I've seen it before.
Oh yeah.
Which I think it's
that's
funny.
that's kind
I
of
like
quirky.
it.
Santa's a
like
hit
it.
during Halloween. Absolutely. Oh yeah.
I get it. Or you know what? I've never seen a zombie Santa. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
where like mix the two. A Santa Claus witch.
It's a witch hat.
It's a witch hat, but
That's
it's
good.
it's Mrs. Claus. Hello.
What were you guys ever a costume a lot as a kid, like a repeat thing? Like you were Jason a lot, or like Scream.
I was Scream every year.
So like the bloody.
I had
bloody-
the bloody one
You
where you
just-
pump it and it like gushes down the face.
You're like knock knock trick or treat. You're just sitting there like squeezing it, trying to like get it going.
I mean, Scream was just like I think that not only the easiest costume to do, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just the face with the all black, it just worked.
What an iconic design for like a scary mask.
Yeah, they really killed it with that one.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Freddy, you're wearing that mask.
There's a
where
lot
it's,
to
like,
it. You
making
gotta
hot.
have the striped sweater. You got
It's a lot. Or if you want to be Jason, the hockey puck. It's like
hockey mask.
or hockey.
you gotta wear the hockey puck. What was Scream?
Scream.
It
Well,
was Ghost. Considered Ghostface.
his name was Ghostface the Killer, but it was a costume and a mask but he was like someone in the neighborhood who was like a slasher.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've seen Scream. What?
I only saw that new. Remember when we went to the premiere for like Scream 8 or whatever it was?
That's
My
crazy. You've never seen any of the Scream
Do you
movies.
like
seen 'em.
scary movies?
Oh my! You should watch literally the first scene in Scream 1.
But the thing
With
is,
Drew Barrymore,
Scream changes. So people take on the identity of Scream and commit crimes under Scream's avatar. He is not a person. Like Jason is the
Only
entity
Jason.
that is
Yeah,
Jason.
he's like
He's the traumatized kid from summer camp and is just trying to make his mother happy.
So Scream is just somebody wearing the Scream mask.
Yeah.
Yes. And
it was based off a movie, right? So in the Scream movie, there's a movie out called Stab.
that's
And
right.
The killer in that movie has that mask.
Got
so
it.
It's almost like if someone were to take
They're
this
trying
Scream
to be
mask
the-
and start killing people, which I'm surprised.
I know.
haven't
I'm
seen.
surprised there's not a lot of like bad stuff
Why
that
haven't we
happens
seen
on Halloween.
Like, it's so fucked up to talk about this, but why haven't we seen some crazy maniac that wants to recreate this movie,
Zane,
go
I think
around and
about
start
that
killing
all
people?
the
Because I
time,
think
like-
it's tough to kill somebody with a mask on and commit to it. Like, you know, or I mean, I know people wear a ski mask and have committed crimes, but
Yeah.
like going full, like, I'm the freaking slasher boogeyman who wears the mask.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking like a killer right now. Very bad.
No, but like I get
They
what you're
kill
saying.
him and
I
then
used to-
they insinuate that like they were doing it.
I
with
thought
this
about that too
mask.
when I was like, if you were to do something horrible, like Halloween would be the day because people would think like it's just part of somebody acting for Halloween. Like if you were like going around when people are trick or treating and you're like doing.
Oh, and you're bleeding out because someone just killed you. You're like, help me.
Yeah.
Please,
And everybody's
I'm bleeding.
like, wow,
Everyone's
this is
"Huh?"
it
just
looks
like the
so
movies.
real.
Or do you think killers think of that idea and they go too cliche? Like I'm not doing that.
Maybe.
Like killing someone on Halloween. What am I Scream? You know what I mean? Like it could be
I don't
cringy in
know.
that world of like in the community of
In
killers.
the community.
Do you think there's like a private dark web chat for like murderers, like killers, like hey, like what
Yes.
we
What's the
doing
worst
this
one
year?
you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
That's crazy.
And there's probably just people out there who just fictionally like to write like that and just pretend.
Oh,
Jason, no, Freddy Krueger scares me the most.
Out of all like the movie characters.
what was that movie?
He terrifies me, and knowing that like I can't go to sleep because then he's gonna get me in my dreams.
He was never a thing in real life in the
Ye-
movie, right? It was only in your nightmares.
No, he was a thing in real life. He was a child
Oh, when I
snatcher.
was-
He was killing children in their neighborhood, and then all the parents decided. I'm not really spoiling much. This is you
It's
find this out in the
okay. It
movie.
came out in 19.
The parents all decide to kill the real Freddy Krueger, and then Freddy Krueger threw out. They try to burn down his house. That's why he's all burned and stuff.
Ah, okay.
And then his soul went into the dream realm.
That's who I was thinking of with the striped sweater, Freddy Krueger.
Who'd you think Freddy Krueger was?
I think when we were talking about Jason, I envisioned Freddy Krueger.
Oh,
I think I don't know. I've never seen a Freddy Krueger either.
you've never? It's seen the movies.
Nightmare on
you
Elm
don't like
Street.
you don't like
No.
horror movies though.
I do. I just never like. So I never was allowed to watch them growing up.
Yeah,
So I've never seen all of like the classics. Right.
yeah.
I never got to see Scream or Freddy
You should-
Krueger or
especially
Jason or.
Friday the 13th, the first one, don't watch
What is-
because
what is-
Jason isn't in it.
Oh, Friday the 13th is Jason.
Friday the 13th is Jason. Nightmare on Elm Street is Freddy Krueger. Halloween is Michael Myers.
What is Texas Chainsaw? That's
Leatherface.
separate.
That's separate. Yeah,
That's a
Leatherface.
whole other
That's
one.
Just
Okay,
like another.
I never saw any of the original ones of that, but I saw like a remake, like a recent one.
Watch the Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, the new Jamie Lee Curtis one. Halloween. That one's pretty good.
Oh, really?
Halloween Ends or no? Halloween Ends is
who
terrible.
Halloween?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I know.
Let's do a marathon.
I know.
We watch all of them.
I don't think I've ever seen I've only seen that one Halloween that I watched with you.
Do you remember like Freddy versus Jason? We're like,
Yeah.
Freddy
Try to do
Krueger
like
gets
DC,
Jason,
like
and we
fuck-
have like Kelly Rowland from like Destiny Child in it. Like that's some 2003, just madness. They were running out of ideas.
But Texas Chainsaw Massacre has always been like a really like a favorite of mine too.
Really?
Just terrifying. Yeah, it's
Running for your life and someone has a chainsaw
even
after
the
you.
story of it. Like, did you see the one with what's her face? the one, not Matthew McConaughey. That was pretty old. I actually watched that one recently. I didn't even know that he was in it. I like was looking up all the text. I was like, Matthew McConaughey is in one of them.
Yeah,
and so I watched it. It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was
bad.
terrible.
So, sorry, I'm just trying to get cultured in this, right?
Yeah.
So Leatherface, he cuts people's faces off and wears their face.
Yes.
The Texas Chainsaw guy.
And he's like, I think, a little mentally challenged. And
Yeah, there's something wrong.
And his family like helps him out, and that's just like his sick obsession.
And they know he does it.
Yeah.
Yes. And they kind of feed into it. They're like they help him like capture people, and then they'll like give.
That's always like the worst moment in a horror movie where it's like, oh no, we need to make a pit stop, or they get to the gas station. They go, actually, you want to do a shortcut? It'll save you this many hours, and then they end up trying to go up to someone's house or whatever, and there's like an old lady there, and they think, oh, thank you, hi miss, y'all want some water? And the house smells like crap, and
It's half the Halloween movies. It's half the Halloween movies they do that, or not Halloween, horror movies.
Yeah, that moment though where you feel like you're in a safe zone and you realize you are not, and there is something about to kill you.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, Mint Mobile.
You know when you discover a new binge-worthy show or a song that you just bump on repeat and you have to share with all your friends so they can experience just how awesome it is? That's kind of what it feels like when you discover that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan.
When you hear about a deal as awesome as that, $15 a month, there's no way you're going to keep it to yourself. You're going to spread the good news.
Exactly. Friends, don't let friends overpay for wireless. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plan and switch to Mint Mobile, baby.
That's right, because Mint Mobile is here to rescue you and your squad with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month.
And all plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
And the best part of all is that you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts.
Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. It's so cheap.
So if you're ready to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, all you have to do is go to mintmobile.com/Heath.
That's mintmobile.com/Heath. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Heath.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigs on unlimited plan. Additional taxes and fees and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Thank you, Mint Mobile, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you. What I'm loving about these new horror movies is that they're starting to do a lot of daytime horror shit, which I love that they're doing.
Oh, interesting.
Just like, Midsummer. I love that they're just like, let's try to make it scary, but it's all during the day, and they're able to like get it done. Like just such a interesting challenge to put on yourself. Matt and guys, we won't get into too much because we can't talk about this movie a lot because it just came out and we cannot spoil it. But everybody listening, you guys have to. If you guys can take a lot of like body horror stuff. Is it more gore? I think it's just like it's
torture almost?
No, not torture.
But
it's more just bodily. If you could take like bodily type stuff. Like just like insides and all that.
Yes, inside.
You have to go watch the movie with Demi Moore. It's called The Substance.
And is that what you and Todd just watched?
Yeah. So Matt watched it and he was like, "You have to watch this in theaters."
I was like, "Run and go see it in the theaters."
It's watched The Substance.
Yes.
I have never seen a movie like this, and they did it so perfectly.
Don't go to too many Google images because I don't want you
don't watch anything.
Okay.
You shouldn't. Don't watch the trailer. The only person I knew that was in this movie was Demi Moore before watching it.
Okay.
And it like made it so much more enjoyable because you don't know who else is in it, and just like the shit that happens. I really want Mariah to watch this because I want to see her face the whole time.
Because I saw it with just like 2 buddies and I was so shook. I went to it at like 10:10. I couldn't like go to bed because my brain was just like so zonked from the movie. Not like, oh, I can't sleep because it's so scary, but I'm like, I've never seen something like that in the longest time. And I texted Todd and Zane, and then I took Patricia and Connor Ferranta and our friend Sarah McKendrick. We all went because I had to see their reactions to it.
Yeah. It's something you want to like watch somebody else watch it.
Interesting.
And it's also almost a 2.5 hour horror movie. Well, it's not even considered horror. Like it's not scary at all.
Body horror, sci-fi, little camp.
I felt like I watched a really good Black Mirror episode.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
the best one, just the best Black Mirror episode out of all the seasons.
It's not for everybody. Don't take like your mom and dad to go see it.
But if they can handle that type, it's an art piece. I would say it's like
it's quite a litmus test to see what you can handle.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But oh my.
And it's still in theater.
Yeah.
It's still in theater.
And I say go see it. I think even watching it at home wouldn't hit as good as like seeing it
Yeah,
on a
you
big
have to.
screen.
Theater was, but like for you guys, I wouldn't watch it in theater. I would just wait till it like comes out on like Amazon.
But I like the like as I'm getting older, I really like the atmosphere of going to a movie theater again.
Oh, then you should definitely watch this in a movie theater because everybody was on the same page.
Really?
When everybody's watching the Spider-Man, the Marvel movie where all 3 Spider-Mans were in it.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of like that where everyone was just like talking to
yeah.
each other while watching because it was just so insane.
and
like-
you'll laugh. It's
Yeah,
really
you'll
funny
laugh
too.
too.
Movie theaters give me the same like nostalgia feeling of like putting a record on.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of like it's a
nice ritual. It's like you get out of like your head, you get to zone out and escape to a different world and just be like.
Whenever you guys think about a movie like years down the line, do you ever remember as, oh, I watched this one in the theater?
Yes, I know exactly what
because
movies I've
I
seen
do the
in
same
theater.
thing. All right.
Yes.
Like as soon as you play a movie after it's been out for years,
yeah.
you're like,
But I also have a really good memory of like random things. Like Mariah makes fun of like me and my family because we remember restaurants from what we ordered at a specific
you remember
restaurant.
exactly
like,
what you ordered 10 years ago at a certain restaurant.
Damn.
oh,
I'm terrible about
Like
that.
they're
my
like, remember
whole
we went to
family is
this
like this.
restaurant when you were in high school? I got the steak. I got
Yes.
That's
They'll be like, yeah,
crazy.
so that was we went there and you got the baby back ribs and they had the really good baked potato. And,
that's
and
crazy.
it's always, we remember every single restaurant and what we ordered. But
I
we
can
love
always
our
remember
food.
what movies I see out of town. Like if I was in a different state and I went to the movies, I can remember.
Oh, for example, Dark Knight. When it first came out, I was in London working the Olympics, and I remember we went to the movie theater and we watched Dark Knight when it came out, and it was just such a cool experience because it was an amazing movie, and I was like in London watching it.
I remember.
It wasn't the premiere; it was like we went to a movie theater because I was working the Olympics.
I remember I went to the premiere for The Dark Knight and I was high out of my mind. I was so high. And then the next morning, my mom
Dark
was
Knight's the Heath Ledger one, right?
Yeah.
And my mom the next morning was like, "So what was it about?" And I was like,
I
had
don't know.
no clue.
I gotta watch it again.
I couldn't. Yeah, I was.
You just
so,
go, oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I was like, the Joker was.
I don't want to give it away.
The Joker was bad.
I don't know.
Did you watch the new Joker? I heard it's
With Lady
terrible. It was
Gaga.
terrible.
No, I heard it's
Did
not.
you see the interview with Lady Gaga and him? They're like, asking them how they like the movie, and they both looked at each other, almost like season 8 cast of Game of Thrones when they got interviewed, and they're all just like, same thing. Do you think they react like that once they see everybody else react bad to it? Like almost like they think it's good?
No, I
Until
think they know as soon as they watch their own movie.
You think so?
There was a big clip at Cannes Film Festival where they showed it for the first time. I think it was Cannes, and people like were reading Joaquin Phoenix's lips, and he like looks over to Lady Gaga, and they think he says it's terrible. She goes, "Oh no, don't say that. Like it's fine." He goes, "No, really, it's terrible. It's not a good film."
Wow,
She's like,
right in the
"Oh,
theater.
yeah." And she's trying to be like because everyone is doing the whole big standing
Watching their
ovation,
reaction.
and he's just like, "It's not good." And she's like, "Stop,
he
stop.
probably-
it's great. It's great."
Probably
Like,
doesn't understand that like people can like lip read now. Like, in
Yeah.
videos.
That's
Oh,
my
boy.
favorite. The deaf girl on TikTok that reads
Yeah,
people's
there's
lips.
so many people on TikTok that do that. I love it. Every time I see a video where some people are mouthing, I immediately look up the search and see which lip
what they think
reader
that they're
posted.
saying.
I saw a lot of people didn't know that it was a musical. But it's like it's Lady Gaga. You would kind of assume.
and
that
also
it's gonna
like
be,
good movies have musicals in it. I never mind musicals as long as like the movie is good.
Yeah.
too.
I didn't know Wicked is going to be in 2 parts. 2 parts. Part 1,
milk
part
it.
2. And we have to wait like a
Milk
whole
it.
other year for the second one.
Yeah, I get it. It also keeps people like excited too.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I watched the first mission, I always bring this up. I love Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible, the part 1, I was so excited knowing that in exactly like a year, I'm going to get the second one. It's like almost like it's just like a promo for itself. I get it.
yeah, I love a good.
And that Wicked movie looked like they put in $1 billion into it.
What was
What?
the thing that you wouldn't say that you think it was kind of gross but kind of scary?
Oh, did you guys see on the news? They found like a head in a box. Did you see that?
Wait, what?
I saw that.
It was just on the
Here?
on the sidewalk in Chicago, like
Wait.
West Side Chicago.
Oh, this is the head in the
They
box.
like
I
called
heard
it in.
that
It
they
was
found-
in a box, like almost like a cartel, like left the box like as a message. and it was insane.
Oh no, I didn't hear that one. I heard the one about how they found someone moved into a house, went in the freezer in one of the houses and found a head and hands. Severed head and hands, and they were able to identify them, and it was a girl who had gone missing in like 2005.
No way.
Yeah, but it's very...
And they left it in a house that was sold?
Yes.
How do you forget that?
I have no clue, and but I also don't know if even the last owner even knew that it was in that freezer. And I don't know if it's like a freezer in a shed. It's a back freezer. It's a house full of junk. I don't know.
Can't they just easily find out the last person that was living there? You know what I mean?
I think it's still an ongoing investigation. Right when I saw it was very fresh, and all that they knew was that they were able to identify it, and they're investigating more and seeing how it was tied. But
oh my gosh, imagine. Like, say you have neighbors that know you have like a shed with like a meat freezer, right? In the middle of the night, say you did do something like that. You chop the body up and you go into their freezer and you put it at the very bottom underneath all the steaks and just like whatever.
You're talking about like someone else's freezer or
somebody else's freezer. Like, say you live next to somebody that like you're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
you
you just know they have a freezer.
You just go in there. You bury it at the bottom of their freezer.
They would never know.
They would never know that it's in there. And then eventually it would be found. And you have no, like, the cops go, what is this? And you're like, I genuinely have no idea how that got in there.
Somebody put it in there and just associated you with the murder.
You are so screwed. Done.
So fucked.
Oh my gosh.
How would you get out of that one?
You wouldn't. That's crazy. Like, if, like, a lot of people, like, too, that, like, my family, they have, like, a meat-specific freezer where it's just packed full of, like, a couple years worth of like food, you know what I mean? It's just like
my dad and some mom had that too, just for shit that they don't touch for like
especially
years.
People in the country. Like you just have designated like meat freezer. You could just bury it at the very bottom, and it could be in there for years.
You just would need a damn good alibi, or just I don't know.
Imagine being like, I don't know how that got in there. I really don't. Well, it's your freezer in your property.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're gonna call it in, right?
No, but like say it was something like that where they sold the house and it was just a random freezer back there, and
or it was an open, like it was an empty house, and then the person was like, "Oh, this is an empty house."
That's so scary.
God, like your whole life is gonna change if you just you're clearing out your freezer before the big move. You're starting your family,
or like say you find it yourself. What do you then do? Like you know it's not yours, but then now you're stuck. Do you call it in? Like
absolutely 100%.
Yeah, you have to.
I just found a head in my freezer. How long's it been? I don't know. It's been in here for a few years.
Somebody put this there.
The thing is that you know what, Heath? At that point, you have no choice.
Or you get scared, like thinking that they're gonna think it's you, and then you go then try to bury it.
Then you're screwed.
Give me a damn lie detector test. I passed that. Go ahead. Never put the body in there.
I've never seen that head in my life.
Then you're a good killer.
You're like, I never seen it. Like,
well, I saw it one time, and when I found it,
I went there. Even though in times where I feel like I'd be so confident of a crime I know I did not commit, doing a lie detector test, I'd be
know the pressure on the line.
Yeah.
But you know, when you're so confident, you know you didn't do something. I think they see that. I think any like professional would see that. Like, okay, this guy's telling the truth.
Yeah,
because they're gonna get a ton of. They're not gonna just get one guy. They're gonna get multiple people to like ask this guy questions.
What a crazy plot twist of like.
I'm also not a good liar either. Actually, am I? No. In that situation, I'd be a very bad liar. I need to like just say it out of the blue. For me to be a good actor.
I just found this body.
I would say I'm a good liar, but I'm a great truth teller. Like I'll make you believe, like that I did not do something.
I
would be in that confession room, like looking at the camera, even filming me, being like, I didn't do this, and let's figure out who did this.
I'm gonna help you,
and I will help you.
That's what a killer would do, though.
Right? No, because killers sometimes are only concerned about themselves and not concerned about like the victim and who did this. That's like a big tell.
You're a killer that's studied,
like. Yeah, because like you were Casey Anthony. She's only worried about in her moment about herself getting accused of the crime. She is not once concerned about where her daughter is.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many unsolved that is like just 1 second away from being like exposed. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so many like missing people that are still missing, and the proof is out there. Like in somebody's house or something that like it just hasn't been found yet, and it's so crazy to think about.
Oh yeah, it's just right under
stories where like other people may like have seen it or like think, but they just don't report it just because they don't think it's anything.
There's just someone in their life that they know that actually like killed the kid, and they just have been living in denial all the time.
There's a crazy conspiracy that the old milk carton like missing kids was used for like trafficking.
Really? Oh,
Like some people think that that's how.
What an
it would
interesting
be.
thing to put just on milk cartons too.
I also feel like they don't do that good of a job about missing people these days. Like, I only get like a missing persons report
Yeah.
if I like walk into maybe like a Walmart and I look at like a cork board in like the customer service area.
Yeah, I feel like they used to be on billboards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
they would be on
I
billboards.
don't see the faces of people who are missing that often in my life, unless it's like someone on social media I know who I'm
You
following.
would,
is
you would
sharing a
only
missing
know if
person.
you saw like a video. But I wonder if we've ever come across a missing person and we just didn't know that, like what they
Yeah.
looked like to have caught it.
Also,
Yeah.
why do I feel like we don't get like? I just recently got a notification, like maybe a week ago, that like, missing or a child abduction alert or something like that, and I like got a notification on my phone.
Uh-huh.
Why do I feel like we're not getting every single one?
Yeah, I definitely don't think we are.
Is that something that you have to call in
it
and
would
pay
be,
for?
what do they call it? Like an Amber Alert type thing.
Yeah, but I feel like we should be getting much more. Like,
Maybe they only do it like if it's in your like close vicinity, right? Like if it's within like 50 miles of you, maybe they'll send it to those people.
maybe.
Sometimes it's like if it's a missing elderly person, show me a picture.
Yeah.
Show me.
Imagine
what they
everybody
look
got
like.
sent a picture, every single phone in like the area. I think
Yeah,
I'd be on the lookout for sure. If I was
Yeah.
driving around and I saw a picture, I'd be like, all right, I my eyes peeled wherever I am at.
Yeah, or sometimes it's like some car, but I'm like, I don't know what that model of that car looks like either.
Yeah. I want to help. If I'm like free that day, I want to help out
Oh,
any
yeah.
way I can.
Or like think about like driving on the highway or just around town, like just in your mind being able to know which cars around you are currently stolen. Like when my truck got stolen, they were driving it around town and nobody knew that it was a stolen vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Like to anybody driving by thought that was just their truck.
Why doesn't the whole car flash red when it's stolen?
Like,
you know what I mean? Have it like give us a way where.
What if you could like just look around and know what car is?
God, that'd be fun.
Oh man.
Or following a car, like, or you get that alert that like child abduction, the car, the license, and it's in front of you. I'm following the car the entire way through.
You
I don't
would?
care how far. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be on the phone with the cops, and I'm following that car until I see a cop car come on the highway.
Oh man.
You have to, because if you don't do it,
I mean,
like,
we've done it for drunk drivers. We would definitely be doing it if like somebody was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, drunk drivers we're on their ass.
I would love just to be a detective like one time on a case. Like, give me the case. I devote like a couple months of my life.
But you work on like
And-
the social media aspect, right? Like you kind of like you're from your
Yeah.
own computer, kind of doing.
I just want to I want to have a badge access, be on the team. We're in the room and we're going, well, this is the story about this. Well, I'm like, have we looked into this guy? They go, you're going over there today. I'm like, all
I
right.
would love to
Like,
see Matt on a case to see
I
like
know.
how
Like,
much he adds to the team.
just pouring coffee.
Or-
like,
or
you guys
just
are,
see-
you're missing.
You're up until like 5 a.m. just sitting there like.
We're thinking too big about this. It's right under our nose here, guys. Like,
It's so
give me
crazy because there's so many
access.
movies about that, right?
Yes.
Like just the detective who's like sitting there like, but that's somebody's real life. Like there's a lot of people that are genuinely doing that. I think that's so cool.
And what's so tough about a detective is like you're given that one case, you are getting paid, your whole salary. That's someone's paying you to go down this whole
Yeah.
what do they call it? Foot trail or follow into
Following
the
the
case.
clues, yeah.
But imagine you have a whole case, you work months on it, and you still don't solve anything. You feel like so defeated.
My favorite thing to watch though is like the detectives in the room with somebody and they're trying like where they're in there for like 3 hours talking to them and they're trying to get them to like slip and confess. I love watching the way that they word things to try to like
yeah.
bait them or like trick question them into accidentally
Yes.
saying the truth.
And normally they just let him talk
yeah,
because they will
so
at some point they
interesting.
will slip up and say one little
Where they're
detail
like,
that
wait,
just
I thought you said that.
Yeah, they'll be like, so wait, then what time did you get there? And they're like, well,
Oh, because
they
you
go,
said you were at the gym at 7. So
you
how
were?
could you?
Yeah, they already know what their
But
story is, but
like even they'll make something like that up just to see how they react to possibly having a flaw in their story.
Heath, I'd be so bad. Even if I'm innocent, I would be in jail.
Zane would be like,
I would
wait,
be
no, just misspoke one line. It was like,
I would be terrible. Yeah, I would throw myself in a hole being interrogated like that. Yeah, I'd be in jail, prison. I'd somehow confess to it when I didn't even do it.
A lot of people do false confessions. It's awful.
Did you see the British woman who like killed both of her parents and had their bodies like stored up in her like townhouse or whatever, and had been claiming their pensions or getting their money, and the cops, full body cam footage, are like, so where are they? And she goes, all right, you're not gonna like this answer. It's a bit morbid. She says something like this, and she goes,
what?
My father's body's in there. He's been dead for like a few years. And they go, and where's your mother? She's like, that's a bit more complicated. It's by the sink and like, you know, a cupboard or whatever. And she goes, but just relax. You've caught the bad guy. It's me.
Oh my God.
This woman how would I say, just politely confesses to the crime.
So she was collecting the money because people didn't know that they were dead?
So she killed her parents. She poisoned her parents, and they've been just old and missing kind of for a long time, but she was collecting all their money. And then people eventually caught on that they had not seen these people in a long time. And they come into her home, full body cam thing, and she just confesses. They're right up there. The bodies are there.
I can't wait
so
to watch
take
it.
me in.
That's
I've
wild.
committed the crime. Huh?
That's crazy.
Crazy.
And it's been so long where she's just kind of used to it, like just.
Yeah,
they're in
do you
there.
want to hear a bit of it?
Oh God.
My dad's body's in there.
Right, okay.
Yep, okay. Obviously I'll
Where
say,
about your mum?
a little bit more complicated.
Okay. Where will we find your mum?
Well, possible.
Where will we find your mum?
Okay, so upstairs there are about 5 wardrobes.
Yep.
It's behind the bed, at the back, next to the sink. I did know that this would kind of come eventually. It's proper that I serve my punishment. I deserve to obviously get
Right to it.
coming sentence-wise, because that's the right thing to do.
Give me a girl that's that honest. You know what I mean?
Cheer up.
I want a girl that truthful.
Zane just fell in love. I don't know. I think
I don't know.
She says to the cop right at the end, she goes, cheer up, you've caught the bad guy. Huh?
Cheer up.
Cheer up, you've caught the bad guy.
And that might give me a bit of peace. Cheer up, at least you caught the bad guy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Kind of.
Not all there. She is on some happy pills.
Yeah.
Cheer up, you've caught
If
the
this
bad
story
guy.
was more intricate, definitely would have made a whole show about that. Like just this posh lady that is just living.
You go in, just serving the max sentence, you're going to jail for the rest of your life.
I deserve it.
All right. Well, that seems, you caught me. This is it.
Wow. What a roller coaster of an episode.
A little spooky, a little creepy.
I got a little goosebumps in my system. I needed that.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching, as usual. Also, make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We keep these cameras rolling for an extended amount of time. It's like a bonus episode within the episode. You get to hang out with us for a little bit longer. We also do a bonus episode every single month. We do a live Q&A every single month. It's a great time, all at patreon.com/Zane and Heath.
Make sure to check out our peanut butter powder company, thatflavoredpbco.com. We have a ton of flavors on there. My favorite is cookies and cream and the chocolate fudge. It is delicious. You can eat it in so many different ways. All you got to do is add water to the powder and you got yourself a thick, yummy fudge.
Dip your fruit in it. You can add it to baked goods. You can eat it just straight. It's unbelievable. It just curbs that sweet tooth for really, really, really minimal calories, and it's a lot better for you than just regular peanut butter.
Yes, there's a very few ingredients in there, and it's really guilt-free. You can eat this every night and not feel like you're a disgusting pig. Every night.
Again, theflavoredpbco.com if you want to check it out.
We post these episodes audio form every Monday on all the podcast platforms and every Tuesday video form on youtube.com/Zane and Heath.
All right, guys. Well, Unwinders, we'll see you in a second, and thank you guys again for watching. We love you so much, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
How'd you guys know to do that at the same time?
That was
I was
weird.
just feeding off your energy.
Whoa, okay.